49ers Cal High Sports is presented by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank member FDIC.
This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, we kick off the fall season with thrilling opening night games from all around the Bay Area. We'll see St. Ignatius take on San Ramon Valley. Reardon battles McClymonds and Lincoln faces Willow.
We have great volleyball action with Archie Williams and Carondelet, water polo with James Logan and Liberty, and the story of the St. Ignatius water polo player and his battle with diabetes. The season premiere of 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank starts right now.
Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new season of 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I am Aubrey Tolliver, year 33 for this guy. Can you believe it?
How many for you?
Year 8.
Yeah, that means I'm older.
We have lots of fun new things coming your way, and we're going to tell you all about it. But let's get right to opening week highlights with Reardon and McClymonds, two big city teams that have never played each other and looking to do big things this season.
Mac is very talented again this year with linebacker Sharky Tamale and lineman Sione Vailea. All highly touted. Reardon features outstanding junior quarterback Michael Mitchell Jr., another top D1 prospect. Great talent on two great teams to start the year.
We kick off the 2024 season in Oakland with McClymonds hosting Reardon under the Friday night lights. Here's the Crusaders on the opening drive. Michael Mitchell Jr. throws to Wesley Wynn Jr. in the flat, and Wynn whistles up the sideline for a big 35-yard pickup. And Reardon knocking on the door. Jeremiah Jones gets the handoff, and Jones finds pay dirt. Back-to-back Jones tutties makes it 14-0 Reardon after one. Second quarter, Burrell Staples under center for Mack. He gets the snap, tucks it, and tiptoes his way up the far sideline. Big gain there, and now Mack is just a few yards out. Dom Davis gets the handoff, finds the end zone, touchdown. Mack, the missed point after, makes it 14-6. Next Warrior drive, Mitchell rolling to his left, and the lefty dumping it off to Sharky Tamale. Watch this run from Sharky. Throwing down a defender, but can he make it to the end zone? Yes, he can. A 40-yard reception, 14-12 Reardon. Closing seconds of the half. McClymonds looking for its first lead. Staples reaches back and delivers a dart to Rashawn Duncan. Duncan breaking free, and McClymonds takes the lead 18-14. But the Crusaders flip the lead right back. Mitchell Jr. with some time looking for an open guy. He pump fakes, then passes. The pass is tipped, but Jeremiah Jones, very punctual, right place, right time. 2018 Reardon. The drama continues. Burrell hands it off to Davis, who hands it off to Kyle Vincent. Vincent gets the edge and takes it to the house. The Mack house, that is. McClymonds leads by 14 with 6 minutes remaining. Reardon has some work to do, and it starts here. Mitchell Jr. to Sinai Thomas. What a grab from Thomas. Now a 7-point difference. After a stop by the Crusader D, 50 seconds on the clock. Mitchell with some time in the pocket launches it to Thomas, who hauls it in. Reardon now down by 1, 34-33. The Crusaders say go big or go home, going for the 2-point try. Jeremiah Jones gets the honors, barrels in for the win. Reardon starts off the season with a big dub, 35-34.
And so we meet again. Friday Night Football. St. Mary's kicks off their season opener at Monroe Catholic. Ivan Garcia with the highlights. Folks, get ready to hear this name a lot. Jaden Bryant gets the rock, runs up the middle, turns on the Jets, and blows by all defenders in sight. 61-yard TD for the senior. After 2-point conversion, Monroe Catholic leads 8-0. Mariners back in the red zone facing a fourth down. The throw to the end zone is batted away by A.J. Dallo. Sophomore creates a turnover on down, but later in the first, Jeremiah Charles rolls to his left. Tick-tock, tick-tock, with all the time in the world, throws a dime to Jamison Ransburg. The senior-to-senior connection is good for a nice 69-yard touchdown to extend the Mariners' lead, 15-0. Last minute in the first, Mariners on their own half-yard line. JB weaves his way through traffic, turns upfield, hits the boosters, and he is G-O-N-E gone! Ring, ring, 99-yard house call for the outstanding senior. Mariners lead 22-0 after one. Late second quarter, Mariners now lead 24-0. JC11 stays in the pocket and finds his man wide open, Peyton Collins. Monroe Catholic up 30 at the half. Mid-third, and check out this incredible grab by Jalen Arnold. Has to reach back, and all the senior needs is one hand. Spectacular catch to move the chains. The lead is big, but JB wants the hat trick. 26 gets the pitch and makes his way in for his third touchdown of the night. Have yourself a day, Jaden. Mariners cruise past the Panthers 37-0.
We take our first look at girls volleyball this season with Harker hosting Branham. Early in the first set, it goes Nora Mahana to Brooke Kubos to Divya Bhupathi. Kaboom! 3-2 Harker. But the defending Mount Hamilton Division champs go on to take set one. Sarah Khalid receives it. Zoe Johnson sets to Giselle Payton on payday. Bruins up 1-0. But back come Harker. Kubos with a beautiful back set to Navya Samuel to go up by 2. Later in the set, this time it's Kira Chang setting up Emily Mitnick. That's not coming back. This match is tied at 1. But Branham jumps back ahead in set 3. Set point here. Payton receives the serve and Casey Nguyen gives it back to Payton. The Boise State commit puts away set 3. In the fourth, Mihana receives the serve. Chang feeds Ellie Aluwalia, who finds open court. Harker down 22-21. Isabella Wong, the dig. Chang over to Bhupathi, and Divya ties the set at 22. Battle at the net here before the freshman Brianna Gassman hits it where they ain't, bringing up match point for the Bruins. Here it is. Mitnick fires it. Point Harker, and the Eagles take the next 3 points to take the match to a fifth and final set. Branham up 7-3. Cece Bonnard to Nguyen to the high-flying Giselle Payton. Then it's the middle getting a little tricky here. Caitlin Karatsus tapping it over. A hard-fought battle between these two great programs, but Branham with a strong fifth set. Khalid delivers the final dagger on match point, and this one between Harker and Branham goes the distance, with Branham coming out on top 3-2.
The Liberty Lions girls water polo hosting their season opener against the James Logan Colts Wednesday night. And it's the Lions who will strike first after one goal already. Quinn Pierce finds Danica Holstrom, and the senior finds the left side of the cage. Liberty leads by 2. After one Colts goal, Tiffany Lee from downtown rifles this one in. Her second of the day is tied up at 2-all. Into the second quarter, Logan's Jasmine Alvarado to Lee, and Lee finds the back of the cage. That's 3 for Lee. Colts lead by 1. Third quarter action, and Colts don't let off. Amelia Ferrario from beyond the 6-meter, extending Logan's lead to 4-2. Moments later, Ximena Lisa Ola says, "I can do that too, Amelia," firing it in from past the 6-meter as well at the buzzer. That'll put a smile on your face, Ximena. But Liberty fights back in the fourth. Pierce well contested, but it doesn't matter. Her second of the day, it's 7-3 Logan. Next, Lions possession. Gracie Power on the fast break, racing towards the cage and scores. Liberty narrows the deficit to just 2. But James Logan hangs on. Madeline Coleman with authority nails it in to the left side of the cage, and that will do it. James Logan opens their season with a win, taking down Liberty 8-6 with strong performances from Lee and Coleman.
Each week, the Reiches Center will present the Gary Reiches Players of the Week Award.
This year, we'll have voting for the Players of the Week on our YouTube channel. Voting starts every Saturday and ends Tuesday, with the winners featured in a rap performed by the good folks at the Reiches Center. Scan the QR code to vote now.
Presentation High School, San Jose's all-girls high school, presents the Female Scholar Athlete Award each week. This week's Presentation High's Female Scholar Athlete is McKenna Crossan from the Midi Girls Volleyball team. McKenna has an outstanding 4.1 GPA.
Brought to you by Presentation High School. Join us at our open house on Sunday, September 29th, starting at 10 a.m. Presentation's unique approach to balanced growth combines exceptional faculty support with programs prioritizing mental and social wellness. Register today at presentationhs.org. U.S. Bank brings us the Football Coach of the Week award each week. We'll announce the first Coach of the Week on next week's show.
Coming up, it's St. Ignatius and San Ramon Valley in our Crumble Cookies Game of the Week.
And the Foothill Falcons take on Heritage as 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank continues.
At U.S. Bank, we know how good it feels to reach your milestones, but we also know what really goes into getting you there. That's why we introduced Co-Browse, which connects you to a real banker in real time to help you do anything from adding a new debit card, learning how to save smarter, even creating spending limits.
Mind if I just grab the one?
With Co-Browse, we're always there for you on your road to here. because there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
I think our air conditioner is broken.
I'll get my tools.
Does your family suffer from fixatitis syndrome?
Is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fixatitis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering $58 air conditioning tune-ups. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
I will always remain true. If you suck in the mouth, you can't handle that. You're the fight to the day. You've been talking about it. Broken tackle by Debo Samuel. About 30. Touchdown, San Francisco. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Secure your seats at 49ers.com/tickets.
The St. Ignatius Wildcats look to have a big year with senior quarterback Soren Hummel returning for the Cats, who are the CCS finalists last season.
Yes, they were. The Cats taking on San Ramon Valley and their Texas A&M bound senior Marco Jones. Our Adrian Soriano has more on those two players in this week's matchup. It is our Crumble Cookies Game of the Week.
When you think about San Ramon Valley football this season, you automatically think about Marco Jones. The Texas A&M bound senior was our NCS Player of the Year last fall, and we expect a lot of big things from him this season. Meanwhile, for St. Ignatius, Soren Hummel returns for his senior season. Soren threw for just over 1,300 yards last season and led the Wildcats all the way to the CCS Division I semifinal game. What a way to kick off the football season. San Ramon Valley, St. Ignatius, and our Crumble Cookies Game of the Week. The Wolves on the attack early. Rhett Thompson with a quick pass to Owen Scott, who runs to the far sideline, jukes a defender, and takes it all the way inside Wildcats territory. Then a few plays later, Matt Garibaldi punches it in for the touchdown. 7-0 San Ramon Valley Wolves. St. Ignatius looking to answer back on its first drive, but the deep pass is picked off by Dylan Deach, and the Wolves are back in business. But the St. Ignatius defense come up with a huge play a short time later. Suey Gallegos Hunkin forces the fumble. Quinton Maddox scoops up the loose ball as the Cats take over. SI would take advantage a few plays later as Audrin Kenny drills a 33-yard field goal through the uprights, and it's 7-3 Wolves after one. San Ramon Valley trying to add on to its lead in the second, but the pass is tipped and intercepted by Jake Boyden. Still 7-3 SRV Wolves at the half. St. Ignatius trying to jump ahead in the second half, but the pass is picked off by Henry Ellis as the Wolves take over inside Wildcats territory. Then a few plays later, Garibaldi finds the end zone again, and it's 14-3 San Ramon Valley Wolves. The Wildcats looking to answer back, but the deep ball is picked off in the end zone by Henry Ellis. Henry's second interception of the game. Still 14-3 SRV after 3. The Wolves add on in the fourth. Thompson rolls out and fires it into the end zone for Marco Jones, and the Texas A&M commit holds it in for the score, 21-3 SRV. St. Ignatius on the board again later in the quarter. Jarius Hogan scampers in for the touchdown, 21-10 Wolves. But San Ramon Valley comes right back. Thompson lobs it to Evan Economos, who hauls it in for the score as San Ramon Valley wins it 28-10 over St. Ignatius. Here's Rhett Thompson after the game.
No pressure at all. I'm so blessed to play at such a wonderful program out here in the Bay Area and blessed with great coaches, great teammates, and I really don't feel any pressure now.
In Danville with the Crumble Cookies Game of the Week, I'm Adrian Soriano, 49ers Cal High Sports.
Heritage greeting the fans for the first time this season, set to make its debut against Foothill. An early field goal puts Heritage up by 3. Foothill looking to respond, but the pass is picked by Aaron Potty, and the Potty train takes off and picks up some extra yards. Then handed to Mackay Adenondis and untouched, and then Mackay takes a big bump from the O-line. I promise you he won't do that one again. 9-0 Heritage after 1. Foothill looking to respond. Jason Knight takes a snap, rolls out, and throws a jump pass to Mikey O'Donohue. Mikey makes a miss and gets enough and more for a fresh set of downs, sliding out of bounds. A few plays later, play action. Knight fires into the far side of the end zone, and O'Donohue is there to haul it in. A Heritage field goal makes it 12-7 Heritage at half. Into the third, Philip Babbitt under center for Heritage. He drops back, fires downfield to Austin Peters. Peters sheds a tackle and breaks loose for a big gain. Then back to Mackay, who rushes in for his second tutty of the night. And as I promised earlier, a much smaller shoulder bump this time to the O-line. It's 19-7 Heritage after 3. Heritage punting far into their territory, but George Smith gets a hand on it and knocks it down. Braden Brown chases it and jumps on it. And here we go. Foothill capitalizes. Knight sneaks it in. 19-14 Heritage with 4:36 to go. The ensuing onside kick bounces directly off Heritage special teams. Jacob Weinstein chases it down, and Foothill has life. 2 Heritage sacks makes this a 3rd and 29. No problem for Knight, who finds Big Mike, and here he goes. He picks up the first down, and then a face mask on the tackle moves this far into Heritage territory. 2nd down and 4. O'Donoghue adds to his Big Knight with a diving grab down at the 2. Knight sneaks it in here, and with under a minute to go, Foothill takes its first lead of the night, 20-19. Heritage looking to get in field goal range, but here comes the big man, Hunter Mutzel, who gets to the QB, strips the ball, and then recovers it to ice the game. A big-time moment for a big-time player. Foothill avenges their loss to Heritage in last season's opener and hop back on the bus to Pleasanton, a very happy football team.
The Headroyce Jayhawks making the short trip down 580 as they take on Bishop O'Dowd. It was all Jayhawks in set 1. Natalie Kwan to Kalia Krakowski to Melina McKinney, and Melina smacks it down with authority. Then later on in the set, it's McKinney leaping up high for the big-time block as the Jayhawks take set 1 25-15. On to set 2 now. Kalia Krakowski to Melina McKinney to Mabel Zhang, and Mabel puts it away. She's a freshman. Bishop O'Dowd trying to keep set 2 close. Talia Salado over to Amaya Sutherland, and Amaya sets it up perfectly for a Sadie zip and kill as the Dragons tied up at 16. But the Jayhawks go on to win set 2. McKinney to Krakowski, and Kalia dumps it over for the point as Headroyce takes it 25-22. Headroyce looking to put this match away in set 3. McKinney over to Krakowski, and Kalia sets up Ella Hong, who puts this one away. The Dragons answer back. Giselle Agurto Montero digs, Sutherland sets, and Katie Famous making this kill famous as the Dragons pull to within 1. But the Jayhawks were on their A game all night long. Natalie Kwan to Emma Backer to Sophia Duxbury, and that one is not coming back as Headroyce wins it in 3 straight sets to improve to 2-0 on the season.
Service Champions is back again this year with the Student Spotlight. Service Champions honoring student athletes who do great work around campus.
This week we spotlight Bronwyn Brantley from the Alameda girls volleyball team. Bronwyn is a member of the Diversity Committee, and she also serves as the Vice President of the Black Student Union, where she puts together community meetings, school events, and fundraisers to empower and support the Black student body at Alameda High. Bronwyn Brantley, this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight.
D-Line Constructors presents the D-Line Defensive Play of the Week every week. We will have our first D-Line play on next week's show.
Delta Dental honors entire teams who do great work in the classroom with the Smiles for Scholars Award. This week we honor the Menlo girls volleyball team. The girls great on the court and in the classroom with an overall 3.6 GPA.
This season, all of our highlights are available for early viewing before the show airs through our YouTube membership. You get early access to all highlights, Player of the Week voting, and instant access to our new podcast, Covered Cal High, where Jake, Adrian, and Tyler dive into upcoming matchups and the biggest moments from last week. The membership also makes all of the video from games immediately available, so don't miss out. Coming up, it's Pioneer traveling to the peninsula to meet Aragon.
But first, here is our U.S. Bank preseason volleyball poll.
From the beginning, Mara-West Credit Union was created to provide a brighter financial future for you. We work hard for our members because they're our greatest strength.
Mara-West worked for me when I needed an auto loan for my first car.
When I need to make a mobile payment, Mara-West works for me.
Mara-West works for me wherever adventure takes us.
Mara-West Credit Union. Let us work for you. Today, tomorrow, together.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests in our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
My bad.
Baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag.
We are the Bellarmine Bells, and you're watching 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by US Bank. Let's go!
The Aragon Dons will take the field with a new head coach this season. Steve Sell retiring from the spot after coaching the Dons for 24 years. Former Aragon player Ash Parham takes over for the Dons. Aragon going 8-3 last season.
The Dons taking on the Pioneer Mustangs. Veteran head coach Eric Perry will field a talented and experienced team looking to battle for a Santa Teresa Foothill Division title. The Mustangs traveling to the peninsula to meet the Dons Friday night.
The captains getting to know each other as Pioneer travels to Aragon. The Dons with the ball, but Roman Boudreau is in the backfield for the Pioneer Mustangs. The Mustangs moving later in the first, and it's Jesse Herrera racing around the corner for a first down. Then in the second quarter, Braden Rees drops back and fires over the middle for senior Brady Montgomery. And then in the red zone, it's Reese back to pass again, this time flinging it to Montgomery with great concentration as the ball is tipped, but Brady hangs on. Touchdown Pioneer 7-0. Aragon trying to come back, but look at Tommy Freeze. Thomas the Tank Engine with a big defensive play there, part of a big game for Freeze. Still 7-0 just before the half. The Mustangs looking for more, but Reedy with a spectacular interception for the Dons. 7-0 at the half. Second half is the Dons' Charlie Henderson with lots of time, firing over the middle, and there's Reedy, a terrific catch. That's a 43-yard TD strike. We're tied at 7-all in the third. The Aragon faithful happy about that. Same score early fourth, Reese firing to Julian Lopez deep into Don's territory, but a field goal attempt is missed. It's still 7-all. Later in the fourth, handed to Herrera, and Jesse breaks free. 24 yards, and the Mustangs take a 7-point lead with 5 minutes to play. Now less than a minute left. The Dons driving. Henderson doing a great job breaking free, but right at the end of this play, it's Tommy Freeze racing in, punching the ball free. Luis Orozco recovers, and Pioneer wins a thrilling game. 14-7 the final. Herrera with 124 yards and a touchdown for the Mustangs.
Archie Williams and Carondelet in a Wednesday night duel in Concord. The Cougars off to a big start. Mina Kasirajan receives it. Isabella Vertudes sets up Olivia Britton, and the 6'3 sophomore hammers it home. 11-1 Cougars in the first. This Britton shot is blocked by Felicity Brown, but the Cougars recoup. Kasirajan sets from the back row to Ava Van Petegrim, and Carondelet extends its lead, looking to do the same here. But Elise Rosen gets the pancake. Then Rainey Preston makes it rain. That's play of the week material. Madeline Lopez to Isabella Ehrlich. A perfectly timed play there, 25-6. Carondelet takes set one. Lopez with a long set to Samantha Ferguson in set two to make it 8-5. The Peregrine Falcons trying to find their way back. Sadie Weinberg, the dig. Rosen sets up Mackenzie Mann. That point ties it up at 8. Lopez sets to the game kill leader, Van Petegrim, and Ava sneaks it just inside the baseline. Cougars jump up 2-0. But Archie Williams jumps on top early in the third. Lydia Battaglia tools off the block. 10-5 Falcons, but Carondelet comes back to take the match in 3. Britton to Vertudes, back to Britton, and Carondelet completes the sweep to improve to 4-0. Van Petegrim leading with 11 kills.
Chick-fil-A brings us stories of athletes who inspire us.
Aubrey, this week's inspirational athlete is Brody Payne from St. Ignatius. The outstanding water polo player is making waves, showing how a teen with diabetes can be a top high school athlete. Summertime Club Water Polo for Brody Payne and his team. This goal part of a successful summer season leading into his high school season at St. Ignatius. This season, Brody will be a senior captain on the Wildcats varsity team, a long way from where this outstanding player started as a freshman.
When I was in 8th grade, the symptoms started showing a lot, like drinking a lot of water, super exhausted, losing weight. I lost like 20 pounds when I was 14.
The symptoms led to a trip to the hospital where it was clear there was a serious problem.
My doctor tested my blood sugar, outrageously high.
He's like, can we go home and pick up clothes if we're going to be there for a couple days? And the doctor's like, no, you should probably just go and have his clothes sent in later. And we're like, okay, so really, what are we dealing with?
But the good news is he wasn't actually that sick. He wasn't acidotic. So the fear with diabetes is the ketoacidosis. So when we were in the ER and very quickly learning about everything.
From there, the path was clear. Brody would spend his time learning how to live with type 1 diabetes.
There's just so much learning from your mistakes. Like knowing what to eat before really matters, when to do insulin, when not to do insulin, how that changes. Eating on the bench, drinking Gatorade on the bench. Everything's just like learning from my mistakes and building upon those.
As it turns out, water polo has helped dealing with the diabetes.
The biggest difference right now versus the rest of my life is exercise, and the training regimen that is water polo really helps manage my blood sugar a lot. So I will probably continue to exercise, but almost as a requirement of diabetes treatment, exercise works as well as any medication.
Brody wears a small glucose monitor during practice and games. If Brody senses something is wrong, he can get out of the pool and check his levels quickly on his phone. This all started during the pandemic. Brody finds some positive even in this tough situation.
With COVID, there was nothing going on in my life outside of my house. Same for everyone else, I'm sure. And then, even though I had diabetes, I treated at my house, and then I added in water polo into my life, and then I learned how to adapt to water polo with diabetes, and then I learned to adapt at school with diabetes.
Brody advanced quickly with water polo, this season becoming an important part of the team.
So Brody is one of our captains. He plays the center defender position, so it's one of our most viable skill positions. Along with that, he's one of our smartest and best offensive players, so he really does a lot for us.
Now Brody has the diabetes well under control. He wants other young athletes to know they can compete at a high level while keeping their blood sugar levels under control.
I would say don't let it stop you from anything. You'll make mistakes, you'll go low, you'll go high, whatever. Your blood sugar will be all out of range, but in the end you can learn from the mistakes, and I don't think diabetes has stopped me from doing anything I want to do.
And I mean, just the way he's handled it with such grace and tolerance and patience is unbelievable.
With all of this, Brody carries a 4.6 GPA. Brody plans to play water polo in college next season, but right now he's hoping to lead the Wildcats to a section title.
That's right. They're planning on doing good this year.
They'll
Well.
be good, but a very tough league.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Robert. West Credit Union is back with us again this season with the West Merit Award. This award honors teachers from all around the Bay Area.
Here's Josh Promisius from Milpitas talking about his favorite teacher, Marissa Canez.
My favorite teacher is Miss Canez because when I go to her for help, she always treats it like it's her own career, so it gives me the best help I need. And during lunch, her room's open to everyone, so it's a safe environment for everyone to eat lunch in.
Coming up to the East Bay League with Granada taking on Monte Vista.
And we go to Presentation High School for Willow Glen and Presentation Volleyball. We are 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
Our mouths are one of the first places a doctor looks during a checkup, and for good reason. It can tell them things about our health, serious things that could keep us from reaching the next milestone. For over 65 years, Delta Dental has offered high-quality, affordable dental plans that strive to meet the needs of everyone. Today, we are the largest network of oral health care providers in the nation. Delta Dental, putting your health first, yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
I'm Nancy Lambert, the director of the Schwab Learning Center at CHC. In a world where every second counts, education doesn't have to be a struggle. At the Schwab Learning Center, our learning specialists work one-on-one with high school and college students with ADHD, dyslexia, and other learning differences. We work with you to understand your learning and attention strengths and challenges. We help you develop strategies that optimize the way you learn. Discover the power of personalized learning that empowers students to excel. Your success is our mission.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Valley Christian Schools, supporting your quest for excellence. And by the California Army National Guard. Protect what matters most to you.
Let's head out to the East Bay League for a game featuring teams from each of the divisions. Monte Vista looking to be very strong this year with Fresno State-bound Braden Turner throwing to 6'5", 230-pound tight end Kellen Ford, who is committed to the University of Arizona.
Yeah, and the Mustangs opened their season against Granada from the East Bay Valley Division. The Matadors with new head coach Brandon Black taking over this season. Granada at Monte Vista Friday night.
Tyler Flipson checking in with the Monte Vista Mustangs, taking the field for their season opener, hosting the Granada Matadors. After one Monte Vista score already, Granada looks to answer, but here comes Mustangs' Dakota Dixon barreling downhill for the sack. Next, MV possession. Braden Turner feeds it to Julian McMahon. He bounces it outside, shaking off tackles left and right for a hard-earned first down and then some. A few plays later, Turner, 5-step drops, hitches, and beams it to Torrin Dunphy for the 17-yard touchdown. The Stangs lead 14-0 at the end of the first. Late second quarter, after another Mustang score, McMahon takes the dive right down the middle for a monster pickup. The senior would later set himself up for another score. Seconds before the half, the Matadors looking to respond. A shot down the middle, it's tipped, and laying out for it, it's MV's Grant Mena with the INT. And the Monte Vista student section is loving the Mustangs' madness at the half. Monte Vista carrying the same momentum in the third. Turner boosts to his right and finds a wide open Kellen Ford. Ford's second score of the night is 33-7 Stangs. Start of the fourth, Matadors looking to tack one more on the board. A shot in the end zone, but it's intercepted. Jameson Kentzer finding the high point and brings it down. That would lead to a Mustang score, but Granada gets one back. Jack Badger lobbing the fade route wide open and Damian Miles for 6. But that wouldn't be enough. Monte Vista opens their season with authority. A massive night for the offensive trifecta, Turner, Ford, and McMahon.
Here come the Willow Glen Rams in what would be a marathon against presentation. The Rams looking good in the first. Helen Hoppy to Ava Dirksen, outside to Renee Strybeck, who gets it over the defenders. Later in the first, Prez fights back. Courtney White to Taryn Tuvel. A nice set to Elena Masters, who crushes it. But the Rams take the first. Hoppy to Lauren De La Cruz, who sets the middle. Bella Flynn giving the Rams the first, 25-23. But Prez comes back in the second. Riley Adams to Tuvel, deep to Ava Aviles, who smashes it off the block. Prez takes the second. Michaela Artmore to Tuvel, over to Megan Lepeau, and the senior gives Prez a second set win, 25-20. Third set, and the Panthers keep rolling. Adams to Tuvel, out to Artmore, off the block, and Prez takes the third, 25-14. But Willow Glen comes back in the fourth. Cooper Christensen, great timing at the net, and then Hoppy to De La Cruz, deep to Eleanor Alexander, who had a great match for the Rams. Fifth set, everyone going all out. Look at De La Cruz diving toward the wall. An amazing save, but Prez sets it up, and it's Adams with the winner. And now it's match point as Prez takes the fifth set 15-12, winning their season opener, and it was a thrilling 5-set match. Artmore leading the way for the Panthers. Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award, leading to $10,000 in scholarships to be handed out by Lexus of Stevens Creek.
This week's volunteer is Lexi Escoval from the Dublin Girls Water Polo Team. Lexi volunteers her time with Best Buddies, a nonprofit organization dedicated to creating opportunities for those with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Lexi also takes time out of her schedule to volunteer at the Special Olympics every year. When Lexi is giving back, she always has a smile on her face.
I just do it for fun because it gives me joy, seeing people happy, seeing people in different environments, and honestly, this makes me happy. I don't do it for chore or anything. I do it for pleasure, so I just enjoy it.
Valley Christian High School is always on a quest for excellence. This year, Valley Christian will help us honor young people who are on their own quest for excellence. Here is Makai Higgins from San Lorenzo High School.
One goal I have is to go to college. My mom wants me to finish college, my grandparents want me to finish college. That's really my main goal if football doesn't work out, and to get a scholarship. What it's going to take for me to achieve that is keep getting good grades. Last year I had a 4.0 and I'm going to do it again.
Valley Christian Schools kicked off the year welcoming back students with heartwarming back-to-school events. Before the first day of school, new VCS parents enjoyed an evening of learning about departments and programs, while students and families connected through the back-to-school bash and an uplifting evening of worship at Convocation. The events building a strong foundation for the VCS community, ensuring a seamless transition from summer to school. Applications open September 6th at apply.vcs.net. Coming up, San Jose football with Willow, Glen, and Lincoln. But first, here is this week's learning tip from the Schwab Learning Center.
Our SLC learning specialists are here to help you develop skills and share tips that make learning with ADHD easier, like finding the right working environment for the task at hand, using a timer to keep your study sessions focused, and breaking down assignments into smaller tasks to make them more manageable. Discover the power of personalized learning support at the Schwab Learning Center.
To San Jose now, where Willow Glen area rivals Lincoln and Willow Glen meet this week. The Lions featuring veteran head coach Kevin Collins with 11 starters returning from last season, including big-time junior Kyan Phillips.
The Lions open up on the road at Willow Glen, which is exactly a 3.9-mile drive. The Rams' Cedeno Chavez was the quarterback of the year for the Santa Teresa Valley Division last season. He and the Rams look to open up the season with a win against Lincoln Thursday night.
A Thursday night season opener in the South Bay between Lincoln and Willow Glen. Willow Glen strikes first. Quarterback Aiden Akery looks deep and finds his fellow junior Gavin Ferrero in the end zone for the TD. 7-0 Rams after one. Second quarter, Willow Glen in the red zone. Trouble with the snap, but no worries. Chris Amon gets the rock and rushes in for 6. PAT good. It's 14-0. Rams get the ball back in the final minute of the half, and Akery goes over the middle to a wide open Amon. It's 21-0 Willow Glen at the half. Into the third quarter now, 3rd and 3 for Willow Glen. Akery to Ferraro, and Gavin is loose. He eats a hit and stays up and gets the Rams within striking distance. A couple snaps later, Akery sneaks it in. That's 3 touchdowns in the season opener for the junior QB, and now make it 28-0 Rams after 3. Late in the fourth quarter, Lincoln gets on the board. Grayson Wagner takes the snap, rolls out, and fires deep to Desario Burciaga, who reaches up for the catch and tutty, but it's too little too late. The Rams take it behind a great performance by Akery and Amon.
Tyler Flipson here with the Liberty Lions in their season opener, hosting the James Logan Colts on Wednesday night. Jumping to the second quarter, Lions lead 5-3, looking for more with the sweet backhand, but Colts Dominic Nees is ready for it with the sweet block. Start of the third, Lions Joel Ray, well contested, but manages to fire it in. Liberty extends the lead 6-3. 1 minute later, Captain J.C. Cleghorn pumps and rifles it into the back of the cage. The Lions pulling away, it's 7-3. Moments later, in the Colts answer. Landon Cleveland in heavy traffic, but is able to slip that one by. Logan trails by 3. Final 2 minutes of the third now. The Lions looking to tack on another, but James Logan's Adrian Ramirez denies that one. It's still 7-4 Lions. 1 Liberty goal later in the fourth. Cleghorn with room, looking for a lane, and absolutely lasers that one in, making it 9-4 Liberty. Lions looking for one more in the final minute, skipping it, but Ramirez says, "Not in my house," blocking that shot. Despite the Colts' efforts, that will do it. Liberty wins their season opener in dominant fashion, taking down Logan 10-4.
Bernardi Zurada is your faithful injury attorneys, bringing us the hometown hero every week.
This week we honor longtime coach Tim Stevens from San Ramon Valley, who's been coaching there for 22 years. Stevens is an SRV alum and teaches social studies at San Ramon Valley. Tim Stevens, this week's Bernardi Zurada hometown hero.
Albany's Construction brings us the dirty work play every week. This is a play we thought brings the same type of grit and determination, brought to you by all of the folks at Albany's Construction.
This week's dirty work play goes to Elise Rosen from Archie Williams. Look at the pancake there, leading to the rainy Preston kill for Archie Williams. Elise Rosen doing the dirty work, just like Albany's Construction. Coming up, it's the Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game with Valley Christian hosting Willcox.
And flag football features Menlo and Aragon when 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank, comes back.
At U.S. Bank, when we say we're in it with you, we mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and the celebrations, but for all the hard work it took to get there. We are in for all of it. It's tough for sure, but less tough when you have the right people by your side. Like Kayla from Kansas City, and thousands of other bankers around the country. because together we're proving there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
Get ready for the most exhilarating season yet. Sharks Ice Hockey is hosting 34 teams spanning from Fresno to Reno. Over 700 hockey players all competing for state and national titles. Be part of the thrilling action. Experience the speed, the skill, and the passion from these young hockey players. Games are played at Sharks Ice locations from all over the Bay Area. Looking to join, support, or to find games? Go to sharkshighschoolhockey.com.
There you go, drain it, drain it. Start.
Or visit nationalguard.com.
Back to the CCS now and a matchup with two top Bay Area teams. The Willcox Chargers feature senior Braden Rosa, a three-sport star and son of head coach Paul Rosa.
Yeah, Valley Christian has big lineman champ Taulea Leia. The 6'4", 335-pound senior is committed to the University of Washington. It's our Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game. That means both teams get free Chick-fil-A sandwiches after the game. Our Jake Vanderbrook was there.
Hey, it's time to strap those helmets, put on the pads, because football is back. Our Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game takes us to Santa Clara as Valley Christian takes on Willcox. Valley Christian has a 5-2 record against the Chargers since the teams began playing regularly back in 2016. Be on the lookout for Marcel Leggett Jr. Last season, he tallied up just over 750 rushing yards. And for Willcox, Braden Rosa is on our radar. He is the son of head coach Paul Rosa. Braden was a tackling machine last season with 113 total tackles. So let's get to our Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game, and the Warriors established their rushing attack early as Ikaya McLemore takes a carry and explodes through the pile, and McLemore is loose! 51 yards to the promised land, 7-0 Warriors after one. Second quarter, and the Chargers charge back. Jamin De Los Santos gets the carry and plows his way in from a yard out, all tied at 7. Leggett had a great game on the ground rushing for 69 yards, but Braden Rosa brought the hit stick. Woo, that's how you loosen up there, young fella. All tied at 7 at the half. Warriors continue to pound the rock in the second half. McLemore cuts to the far side for a nice run, 107 yards on the night for the junior, which would lead to this 43-yard field goal by Aaron Vanderveen, who splits the sticks, 10-7 VC after 3. And the Warriors would pull away in the fourth quarter. 6-foot sophomore quarterback Caden Hill slings a pass over to Jared White. Yes! He went to Jared, and the big man's on the move. Gets past the defender, stiff arms the defender, and he's gone. An 89-yard touchdown for the senior, and the Warriors defense was lights out in the second half. And here's my proof. Chad Arrieta picks off the pass, and Chad is gone. No one's gonna catch him. A 95-yard pick six to seal the deal as Valley Christian kicks off the 2024 season with a road win. 24-7 was the final.
It was a great game, tied at halftime. We let them score once. You know, they were passing the ball down by multiple scores, and we let them score once. And at Valley Christian, they score once, we don't let them score again, and we're back against the wall, and we just held our ground.
In Santa Clara with the Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game, I'm Jake Vanderbrook, 49ers Cal High Sports.
Give me the bag, just give me the bag, just give me the bag.
The Aragon girls flag football team is ready to kick off its season, but first they had the chance to talk about the upcoming season with our Jake Vanderbrook at the Rikus Center.
And we are here at the Rikus Center for Human Enhancement where goals are achieved. Got goals? And here's the girls flag football team from Aragon High School. Make some noise! Oh, flag football is so back. So we're going to start off with Kate Ramsayer. She is the Aragon quarterback. She's been slinging the pigskin all last season. Kate, just talk about what were some of the learning curves from last season and what are you looking to build on for this season?
Yeah, I mean, last season I had never really played football before, flag football, so this entire process has just been a learning process for me. And, we made it to the PAL championship game last season, so I think we're just trying to build on that. And I don't know, I just love being with these girls, and it's been really fun to just start this team together,
Yeah, you ladies had a stellar season last year, 7-3 overall. So I'm with Kaya Smith now. So how do you build off from your inaugural season from last year?
Yeah, so I think we learned how to work together as a team. We definitely build on teamwork a lot, like making it really fun to come to practice, making a positive environment, and then also focusing on hard work, making sure that our environment is competitive so that we all learn and get better together.
So expectations, 7-3 record, as I mentioned. You guys got some big shoes to fill. Just how do you get back to the promised land like you guys did last year?
Yeah, I think the mindset is kind of our biggest competitor with us. We love to have fun at practice, and so keeping our hard work mindset and our dedication to this team and to each other, just keeping a good mindset at practice and at games and staying really competitive.
Hey, it's not just physical, it's all mental. All right, finally making my way over to Quinn Shirley. So Quinn, just talk about the team chemistry and what you guys do each other to keep the ladies in check come match day.
I mean, we learn the sport together, so we're like family. We have fun, and but we know 10 minutes before we go there, we get early. While we're getting ready, that's when we talk, we bond. But the second we step on the field, we know we have to focus.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining me, and these ladies are ready to roll against Menlo. Here are the highlights, but first, take us out with a break. And here they are, the Aragon Dons getting set to battle Menlo, and those Menlo Knights charge early, give the ball to Kaylee Wong off the jet sweep, and Kaylee gets the corner and reaches pay dirt for 6. Tack on the 2-point try, and it's 8-0 Menlo. More Menlo. Be on the lookout for Ava Allen. She can sling it, and here Ava finds Ellie Knoll, who slivers through the secondary and scores. 16-zip Knights. We know Ava Allen can fire the pigskin, but she can read a pass like a New York Times bestseller. And Ava's taking it back to the crib for a pick 6. Allen also finished with a rushing touchdown, 22-0 Menlo at the half. The Knights would tack on 2 more touchdowns in the second half. Mary Mahay checks into the game under center, and Mary finds Knoll, and no doubt about it, a second tutty for the senior. Aragon would cash in before the end of regulation. Kate Ramsayer, buying time, takes a shot to the end zone, and Maddie Ketchum hauls it in for a Dons touchdown. Great play there, but not enough as Menlo storms past Aragon, winning 34-6. Big game for Ava Allen, doing it all with 3 total touchdowns.
Coming up, Hollister comes to San Jose to meet Branham.
But first, here is the U.S. Bank preseason top 10 football poll. The Hollister Hay Balers are looking for a big season this year. They have an outstanding senior in wideout and defensive back Savion Losa, expected to be one of the team leaders this year.
The Balers driving up to San Jose to meet the Branham Bruins. Branham features quarterback Jack Lewis, who threw for 2,700 yards last season, and has senior transfer Zane St. Laurent joining the Bruins. Branham moves up to the Mount Hamilton division after going undefeated in the Santa Teresa last season. Hollister at Branham Thursday night.
Here come the Branham Bruins as they take on Hollister to open the football season, and the Bruins got on the board first. Give it to Jimmy Shibetta, who rushes in for the touchdown. PAT good, and it's 7-0 Branham. The Bruins knocking on the door again, and this time it's Jack Lewis muscling his way into the end zone for 6. The point after is good, and it's 14-0 Branham after 1. Branham driving again in the second. Lewis throws it deep to Zane St. Laurent, who dives and makes a spectacular catch to get the Bruins inside Hollister territory. Then a few plays later, Lewis lobs it to a wide-open St. Laurent for another Branham touchdown, 21-0 Bruins. But the Balers begin to come back from there. Handed to Carmelo Arias, and Carmelo finds the end zone for the touchdown, 21-7 Bruins at the half. Hollister would get a safety to make it 21-9. Then later in the third, it's Savion Loza showing off his speed, sprinting all the way to pay dirt for the touchdown. PAT good, and it's 21-16 Bruins after 3. The Balers get a short field goal to make it 21-19. Then Daniel Martinez passes it to Loza, who makes the catch, sheds a couple tackles, and runs all the way to midfield. Then a few plays later, Martinez connects with Loza again, and Savion breaks the tackle, and he is gone! 45 yards to the house as Hollister jumps ahead 27-21. Branham looking to win it late, but the handoff is fumbled, and Weston Aviles comes up with the loose ball as Hollister scores 27 unanswered points to pull off a stunner in San Jose. 27-21 was the final.
The Harker School brings us the Scholar Athlete Award each week. This week, we honor St. Ignatius star quarterback Soren Hummel. Soren great on the field and in the classroom with a sparkling 4.3 GPA.
Very impressive. Brought to you by the Harker School. The 24-25 upper school year formally began last week at the annual matriculation ceremony, where the 9th grade class was enthusiastically received by the upper school community, and students listened to welcoming remarks from faculty and students. At Harker Transitional Kindergarten through 12th grade, students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. The California Army National Guard takes a look at athletes who are the best of the best and being recruited on a national level. This week's National Guard high flyer is San Ramon Valley's Marco Jones. Marco committing over the summer to play football and baseball next season at Texas A&M. He's pretty good.
DGDG.com brings us the Be Happy play each week. This is a play in a game that made everybody happy.
This week's Be Happy play goes to the Reardon Crusaders. Jeremiah Jones gets the 2-point conversion as the Crusaders win a thriller in Oakland, and they were very happy about it. Want to be a happy car buyer? Go to DGDG.com.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion play of the week. We'll see which play gets it next.
But first, here is this week's financial tip for teens and their parents, sponsored by Lumen Digital.
Look for tools on your digital banking app to help your teen plan and budget. Open an account for your teen and use personalized tools and resources to establish savings goals, monitor spending, and track progress.
Service by Medallion brings us the play of the week every week. It's the play we thought was the best from all of the plays this past show.
Here it is, a little segment we call Play of the Week.
Let's start off Play of the Week with Branham's Zane St. Laurent with this nice diving catch for the first down. How about Archie Williams, Elise Rosen with the pancake, then Rainey Preston with the kill. Here's Lauren Delacruz from Willow Glen going all out to make the save. Wow! Here's Aragon's Maddie Ketchum with a nice catch in the end zone for an Aragon touchdown. Let's go to the East Bay now for San Ramon Valley's Marco Jones, the Texas A&M commit with this nice catch for the score. But there's no question the play of the week has to go to Monta Vista's Grant Mena with this diving interception. One more time, Grant Mena, you just won the play of the week. Woo!
That's the play of the week, and that's 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. I'm in mid-season form.
Doing it big on show one.
Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Brownstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Be sure to come back next week when we meet the San Lorenzo football player and what he overcame to take the field this season. We'll see you then.
Thanks for watching. Please join our YouTube memberships to get early access to highlights and our podcast, Covered Cal High.
You will also be able to see full game videos and vote for the players of the week. So click join and make sure to tune in every Sunday night at 6 p.m. on NBC Sports California. We'll see you at the games.